Hey everyone! Have you ever wondered what lessons about faith you can learn by visiting the Drake Happy Shopper? Well, just like there was only ever one brand of everything available, it was kind of the same with my understanding about God. It wasn't until I left for the big town of Roster that I realized there are many things that I didn't know were out there. In Matthew chapter 7, Jesus tells the parable of the wise and the foolish builders. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rains came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. My childhood in Drake gave me the chance to develop a foundation like the one Jesus describes. In the community and at home, I was taught that God always loves you and He is forgiving. I spent a lot of my time growing up with my grandparents, and one thing I learned from them is how to show God's love through kindness. Our actions do matter and can say a lot about us. Like the story of the wise man who built his house upon a rock, my foundation of faith started at home and I kept building at RJC. I was able to take that solid base and develop a more mature faith. It was able to start becoming my own faith. During my time at RJC, I realized that God is a lot bigger than I can comprehend. I have learned about God from people who understand Him differently than I do. RJC's supportive community is a home of kindness. I received kindness even as I tried to offer it. I was living into my grandparents' example. God also shows up in unexpected ways and places. I saw Him in the people we met and stayed with on choir tour. I saw Him during Also Week. He is a mighty God. Just like the Happy Shopper is closed and His time is finished, I am also completing my time as an RJC student. However, as I take my steps from this community into an even bigger world, I am confident in this foundation of faith that I have developed. Throughout my time, I have learned that God is loving and forgiving. He is a lot bigger than I can imagine, and He shows up in unexpected ways. Showing and receiving kindness are key factors to faith. We can spread His love by being kind. This base that I've developed will weather the storm.